Welcome back to James Lake Show. It's Friday, it's Jummah today. I'm gonna finish work early and walk into town. It's been a good day so far, you know. I had a load of money I had to send to China, so I sent $200,000 over to China. Oh guys, I got these like Invisaligns in, so you're gonna have to excuse the fact that I got a little bit of a lisp. I don't normally speak this way. So anyway, it's Friday. Jummah Mubarak to my Muslim brothers and sisters and everyone who else is watching, well, everyone who's watching. This is like a business vlog, and I'm gonna keep doing these and keep making videos because I know how much you guys are liking them. Thank you very much for the 8,300 subscribers. And like I said, God, that was really lispy then. But like I said though, I get a lot out of this, you know, because it's kind of cathartic for me. Anyway, what have we got here? We're gonna close up my messy desk. My desk is seriously messy, guys. I got my prayer mat there. I got my purple toy there for good luck. My company's purple. My Lamborghini's purple, as you know. Purple's my favorite color. And I think when I see purple, it means it's gonna be a good day. So every time God sends purple in my life, I see, whoa, it's gonna be a sick day. Anyway, close the laptop up. Grab any belongings. Look at this. This is my company, JLC Distribution. Tell me that is not the coolest little notepad ever. Anyway, I put my notes for my YouTube videos in there and my to-do list. I always do a to-do list. Guys, anyone who's trying to get out in business, understand that you need to do a to-do list. So my to-do list here is I got gym, done that. Motivate, done that. And I will still do that until the end of the day. I got to stay in the work group. Pay my guy in China. I've done that. I had sent $200,000 over to China this morning. What's pretty cool about the fact that I sent $200,000 to China is I always owe this guy circulating about 2 weeks worth of stock. He sends all the stock, I pay him 2 weeks later. Sometimes when I'm doing really, really well in a month and we're big, I could owe him $500,000. And I don't even have a contract. He's just my brother out in China on a handshake. And you know what? I think like that, that's so cool because a lot of people wouldn't trust people like that. But I love the fact that it's old school. Like I'm a man of my word. I've been doing business with him now for like 13 years. I shake hands with him. We got rich together. I would never burn him. I would die before I broke my bond. And that's how it should be, guys. Like men who are watching this old school way of like breaking your bond, I wouldn't even associate with anyone like that. And if I shake your hand and I say it's done, I'm insulted by the fact that we need a contract. But the way things are, you need contracts to just make things legal these days. But if you didn't need contracts, I'd be happy shaking hands and that'd be that. But anyway, guys, so kill the charger, make sure there's no fire, make sure I take home my stuff. Look at this, cool bag. I look like a school kid. I walk to work with a bag on. And you know what? I have 4 cars, but I don't even use them. Look, I'm gonna show you my garage out here in Holland. I have my BMW here, which I use as like a daily, but I don't really use it too much because life's too easy without a car. I'll show you what I use. Get these lights on. I typically use an electric scooter, but I'm not using an electric scooter today since I'm making this video. And then look, I got my other electric scooters here. So I got this bad boy, does like 50 kilometers an hour, and this one that's currently needs to be repaired. But yeah, this one's charging. This one's slow, but it's efficient. So I tend to use that as my normal runner when I'm getting like sandwiches for work, that kind of thing. Right. Yo, brother. I'll give you a quick tour of this office. So this is our main sales office. That's the board meeting. When I'm out here, this is where I hold a sales meeting there. This is the ops island. So this is where all the like deliveries and like any information that's not sales is getting dealt with there. And this is a sales island. This is where the killers kill. And this is the bell. So when a big deal comes in, we hit the bell. Anyway, major. Guys, for those who have been watching the show, and also if you want to watch the 67 episodes of JLC TV, which is basically my company vlogging its progress, go check it out. Search on YouTube, JLC TV, and you're going to see it. But finish this first, but make sure you go and check it out because it's me hosting it. It's very, very sick. We're currently on a hiatus. The series restarts again in October. We just finished episode 67 like last week, a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it's got like 18,000 subscribers. It's going well. And it will be millions along with this channel at some point. But look at this. So we started this out in 2021. This is a company out here in Europe, which is basically a European version of my already very successful UK company, under a similar framework, but it's been a lot tougher because of language barriers and learning the different nuances of the business out here. But look, January 2022, we did sub 20 grand. January 2023, we did plus 60 grand. And then here, February, sub 20, here, plus 130. So crazy, you see. And actually, this month we're gonna do like 200,000 in sales. So we're 3 years in and we're gonna do 200,000 pound in sales this month. So that's pretty good going, that's big business. Back when I considered myself to be successful in 2013, my business blew up and it did 3.6 million in a year. And we did well. And we're now on the precipice of being bigger than that. So and this is a whole separate business to that business, and that business does tons. So crazy, guys. I tell you what though, it's a lot to think about. It's almost hard to breathe sometimes. I got 50 people all breathing down my neck. I'm lending companies money which I don't even get lent to myself. So where I talked to you about that China thing, he gives me 2 weeks credit. How much credit do I get, you ask? Sorry, he gives me 2 weeks credit. How much credit do I give? I give between 30 and 60 days. So the bigger we get, if we suddenly have an influx in month, they just chews the cash up. Does that make sense? So in theory, I could make a load of profit and run out of money. And that's happened before, guys. Well, we haven't run out of money. I always get everyone paid. I've always kept money in the bank. But it happened where I've had to pull on emergency strings, work out where I can borrow money, free up cash for my own assets. Life gets crazy. And I tell you what, that's why I don't get too precious about my things, because I know if at any one point I'd have to sell it all, because my main focus is keep this business alive. Nothing is more important to me than keeping this business, my legacy, alive. Right, I'm gonna leave the building now. I'll make sure my car keys. Got my car keys, got my everything done and dusted. We can ship out of here. Right, Jules, have a good day, brother. I'll catch you later. Smash it.
Yeah.
Right, let's walk home now. See ya. Have a good day. Bye-bye. So yeah, I think what's been a bit disappointing about this month so far, this week, is we stepped into this week at the start of the week and it was crazy because, like I said, my businesses as a group need £235,000 in gross profit to pay for all the salaries, the warehousing costs, just everything basically. It doesn't matter about the specifics. To keep this machine oiled, it needs 235k. So anyway, I hit that last week at the end of, and then I guess that was because it was pre the school holidays. In the UK here, you got the school holiday start, and then it started to get tough. But luckily yesterday it picked back up. So we got a day now. I said to the guys, fight for your lives, because the difference between us having an average month and a great month is now in the swing. And I can't afford for that, because we had some tough months. And really, a bit like what I was saying to you guys, you got to put all this effort, all this effort, all this effort. It's the same thing. You have to make hay while the sun is shining. So sometimes what God is going to do is he's going to give you these tests, these hard times, or call it the universe. But then when times are good, you have to maximize. So you need to minimize your L's and maximize your wins. So we stepped into a good month and I had everything covered last month. I was like, right, okay, cool. I can actually make up for all that month and have a good month. And now a few challenging days. We now have 3 working days left after this. So there's pressure, but it will still be good. It's just, it went from me yeah, it's done. This is going to be an amazing month. So, hey, don't drop it. You're on the last relay now. Do not mess it up, guys. But look, I know they're all doing what they can. I'm going to have to take off my raincoat. It's sweating here. Uno momento. But yeah, guys, and sometimes this is the way the emotions of business work. And sometimes what can happen is business can be bad all month and then just be crazy the last week of the month. So you could spend the whole of the month in turmoil. So yeah, it's just a lot of the key and the skill to business is weathering that. Yeah, it's important. Yo guys, I am nearly back to my house. I tell you, one of the things I love about Holland is all of the fire stations are like proper. Look at the like craftsmen, look at all the brickwork and stuff. Doesn't that look like the most picturesque fire station? It looks like something you'd find in like America or something. Like, and I'm not trying to be over the top, I just think it looks sick. What do you reckon? Anyway, I was actually thinking one of the cool things that I'm getting to experience these days is like, when I was younger, when I was working, and like all of business initially was for your own benefit, you know, like you have dreams, personal goals you want to get to. And I think that what happens as you get older, you start to feel a lot more. And the reason I say older, because I see a lot of people around me, like from work feels the same way, is that you start to just want the best out of people and to see other people do well. Like, look, I'm not going to get high and mighty, of course. I am going to want to do well, and I'm going to do well. But it started to get more from seeing people around you do well and helping build people up. Like, yeah, I tell you what, we've had a guy actually in the UK who, he wasn't working out in the position he was in the warehouse. And he talked about wanting to be in sales. But he had the right company culture, but he wasn't working, doing the right things in the warehouse. But the thing is, like, I feel bad for that, because like, that's how I would have been. If I'm not interested, I am working. So anyway, we're getting him flown out here on Sunday, and to save him a job, we're gonna put him to work, and like, he's gonna be right underneath Owen, and Owen's gonna be putting him through his paces. But maybe that's what he needs, you know? And I think that I'll get so much from that. From a guy who was going to be out the door is now like a formidable piece of the team. Because that's what I had. I had kind of flaky jobs while I was like 16, 17. I was always doing like businesses on the side. I sold hair straighteners and like fur boots, loads of them. And I always had eBay and Amazon businesses from 11 years old. But no, from like 12 or 13 years old. I started an eBay business in my mum's name, but up until that point, I was selling chewing gum. But anyway, like, I had flaky jobs, and I didn't do that much while I had these flaky jobs, because the management didn't know the best way to get it out of me. But then I went to Dreams, the bed shop, and there was this lady who was my manageress, and she was just a killer. Like, she micromanaged me, but she turned me into a killer. And I became, like, not even being cocky, like, one of the best salesmen I ever known. Wouldn't it be cool to get this guy working, get him like making money, get him like, because I said to the guys, at some point he's going to take a job seriously. He's 20 years old. At some point he's going to take a job seriously, and he's either going to take it seriously under us, or he's going to go somewhere else. And isn't that kind of like letting a girl go away and she couldn't be right under you? Like, all right, yeah, man, yeah, I know she's cheating and she swears at you all day, but looks like she's being pretty respectful to her next guy. So maybe you got to look inside yourself and say it's intrinsic. But that's not always, guys. Of course, you get bad staff. But I just got a good feeling about this. Plus, it's a good deed. If you can make someone work that wasn't going to work, that's a good deed. Oh, what a beautiful day, guys. Alhamdulillah. And look at this. Beautiful scenery, beautiful church. We live like right next to a coffee shop. It's pretty crazy. It's a beautiful part of the world. And I love Holland. And like I said, I could have never seen myself living in a place like this, because, I don't know, just who would have thought? Never even knew about Holland. I hadn't even visited Amsterdam until 3 years ago. My first visit here was when I was setting up an office. And now I go there like every other weekend just for some pancakes. Life's funny. Anyway, guys, I look forward to seeing you on the next video, and thanks a lot for all the comments, thanks a lot for all the likes and the subscribers, and yeah, be sure to follow me on Instagram, James Lake Show, and I will see you guys there. Over and out.